it's Shannon. I want to hit on one more dementia topic tonight, and it's just beautiful tonight. But I wanted to hit on the topic of how to communicate with someone who has a dementia diagnosis. And this can be a source of real difficulty for my clients who are walking through that process. And one of the things that I found very effective in learning about how to communicate with someone who may have deficits with their memory is the exercise that we did, and you can get the effect by understanding the exercise. We sat at a table and we were told to partner up with someone and then to ask 5 questions. And in each of the 5 questions, the answer was no. And we did the same exercise again, and this time the answer was, that's not right, you're wrong. And then we switched positions. And the effect of the exercise was that when you are told no again and again, at least for me, I did not want to ask any more questions, and I felt kind of bad. And so, and I think that was very effective. So what we've learned from those types of exercises is when you're dealing with someone with dementia and they say, is it time to go home? And they can't go home, they're living in a facility. Or if they ask, where their deceased husband is, and you say, oh, he's dead, it can be very disconcerting to that person. And it can make them want to withdraw from the conversation and get depressed. So go with the lie, and divert and pivot. So if they say, I want to go home right now, one way to respond would be like, okay, but let's get your shoes on first. Or I want to show you pictures of my grandchild, of your granddaughter. And instead of correcting, then you divert. And if you are in a position where you're going to either have to correct the person or lie, go with the lie. It's okay. It's not damaging to them. They don't need to know that their home has been sold. It's really about comfort at this stage when we have such extreme deficits in memory. And so anything that we can do to, really bring more peace to our person going through this process, it's going to bring a lower level of anxiety and depression for them. So that's just some communication tips. Some of the other things that can be hard is when you're speaking to someone, if they don't know your name and they mistake you for someone else. Again, it's okay to go with whoever it is that they think you are, and maybe to, find out a little bit more about this person. Maybe to say, like, what was your favorite thing that we did together? Because what you find is that their long-term memory is actually really sharp and good. And you may learn some things that your person may not have told you previously. But now that they have this sharpened remote memory, you might get some really interesting history about, your family or this person who you love that's going through this process. There's some ways to kind of do communication with people with dementia that allows them to feel important and engaged, and it allows you to not have to be the corrector. And that's just some ideas for how to communicate with someone with dementia.